Today we're in Brussels. Oh, I'm so happy. Today we're in Brussels for a big online workshop. I'm not really in Brussels. I'm at home. Rather than explaining why I'm here, it'd be best just to take you with me and tell you as we go along. Got a massive itinerary. I'm really nervous. Look, this is my itinerary. It's really early in the morning as well, for me. Basically, I've made it round to the second and final round of a massive process to write an opera for a proper opera house. I'm working with a team, 2 other people, and we have to give a presentation today. In Brussels. Oh no, well, I'm in presentations on Thursday. We're given a project pitch today, and then there's some workshops and stuff. I'm really tired as well because I've only had about 3 hours sleep. What if the internet goes? Half an hour before this thing begins, so maybe I can tell you what we've been doing. So our pitch is to write an opera. It's called Queering Opera, that's our project pitch. Because we're just basically taking the notion of queer and applying it to all aspects of an opera, including the narrative. And the narrative is supposed to represent a non-binary way of living and how definitions can't be avoided. Non-binary is already a concept, so even someone trying to avoid definitions has fallen into one. Non-binary is specifically someone who doesn't want to be categorised, and yet they are categorised. And as a composer, I like to write music that doesn't want to be categorised. It just wants to explore frequency or whatever, just experience the sound, and no matter what I do, people are going to hear styles in it that already exist.
Good morning. Good morning. Morning.
Hello everybody.
Hello.
Thank you very much for being here. So I'm just going to present myself. I'm Guillaume L'Hôpital.
Well, in opera, in singing, the audience's choices to really sort of start to challenge their own.
Which will embrace the following initiatives. Empower the world of opera to be open.
With the team of Queering Opera.
My name is George Balsa. I'm here with Alana.
We aim to investigate what non-binary opera entails. Our narrative portrays a non-binary and multi-stylistic musical approach composed specifically for trans opera singers, aims to blur the boundaries between established musical styles and persuade audiences to rethink any assumptions about what an opera, and likewise a non-binary human being.
The project's next steps use a support and mentorship to write a libretto draft of Act 1 finale, to write a compositional draft of Act 1 finale, and to workshop the staging and design of Act 1 finale with a group of diverse queer opera performers.
Thank you very much. Already a very impressive presentation. Thank you very much.
Nice. Okay, and now one last thing, but it's very important now with Zoom and etc. is your frame. I think you are doing your presentation on Thursday.
I've made it to day 2 of this online conference, online bunch of workshops in Brussels. I'm exhausted. Yesterday was a long day. Today might also be a long day. My laptop is on all these books because framing is important when you do your presentation. I've really worked on that, made sure I'm centre frame. My background's very neat. I've got a guitar that alludes to music. I've got some leaves. This is the setup I have. I like this. It feels a bit like Eurovision. Everybody's from Europe and different parts of Europe, and even within my team we have one person from Portugal. I'm in the meeting now. We're just waiting for it to start.
Quite interested to have an idea.
And we worked on presentation forms in general, like where to look at, which frame to choose.
going to give our presentation shortly, like now. Well, 11. Oh, this isn't the final presentation either, it's just a run through. I've heard a lot of presentations already.
You acknowledge your own biases, that's one thing. And then I went to the Royal College of Music.
We had a lot of conflicts. He's from Turkish origin.
And you could go and drink caffeine or whatever.
Hi. Yeah, this has given me a lot to think about. I think I've taken more of a philosophical stance actually. It's made me think about how unconscious bias is everywhere constantly and we can't overcome it, and maybe all we can do is be aware that it's there and constantly critique situations, because maybe once you understand the specifics of an unconscious bias, you risk having other assumptions based on that. So it actually reminds me of dialectics and that whole process, so it's got me thinking like that, like to constantly think about situations.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you, Anna. We did it.
Tomorrow then.
Yeah, take care. Everybody.
We've just had a session about unconscious bias, and I was like, I'm not unconsciously biased at all, and then I thought about it and I was like, we all are. How can I not be also? So it was very thought-provoking actually. Reminded me of Adorno's dialectics. Now it's the final session of the day. I think I've got 3 minutes to nip to the loo. Bonne chance. Bonne chance. Bonjour. Today's the day of the presentation. I'm nervous. I need to check the sound works. Oh, it just seemed to be working. Hello. Because last night we had a meeting just to go over the presentation again before we finished, and the sound for this computer just wouldn't work, and I don't know why. My theory is that I'd been eating biscuits and maybe a crumb had got stuck somewhere. And there are 8 biscuits near your computer. Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Things should be okay. So it's now currently 9:10 AM and my presentation's at 10:15, 11:15 Brussels time. Hello. Oh, Jesus. They're already running a bit late. We just got a message. Scared, I'm nervous. Where's the audio? Hello, hello, hello. Oh shit, 2 minutes. Be ready. 2 minutes. See, when they say 2 minutes, they mean 2 minutes. I just hope the internet lasts. Oh god, the letting us in. Hello.
Good morning. My name is George. Thank you for seeing us.
Hello, I'm Alana.
We'll kindly ask you to present your project.
Representations of gender non-conforming practices are urgently needed. Gender-critical arguments on sexual dimorphism and movements to challenge...
What do you expect from the network? What kind of support would you need? Like planning, provisional schedule, calendar, resources? And what would be the added value of the appropriation journey for the development of your project?
We would like the advice, the support and the mentorship to write a libretto and the composition of that one scene. So that we established that at the end of Act 1 there's going to be quite a fissure, a dramaturgical fissure, and we would like to use your knowledge and your resources, your spaces, and your network of contacts.
And you have a great platform, and with the help from you, we think we can spread this story wider, and not just in terms of its content and narrative, but also in rethinking the overall sound world of an opera. Trans singers don't get a lot of repertoire.
We like how ambitious the Inoa project is.
Thank you, that's great. Many thanks for this presentation and good luck.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
just gonna